What's good, fellas? Welcome to NBA 2K13 MyCareer mode with Myck Kabongo. And if you guys remember the last episode, I left you on a cliffhanger, and today we're going to be choosing the shoe brand that we're going to represent. And I decided to roll with Nike, and the reason is not because other YouTubers are doing it, but there's a couple of reasons why I did it. First of all, Myck Kabongo in real life has the same agent as LeBron James, and I'm pretty sure he's already sponsored by Nike. Maybe not as big as LeBron James, but I'm pretty sure he gets some kind of deal from Nike, and he actually wears at Texas, I believe, so that's why I went with Nike. Second reason is because Jordan brand has been in the game for so long, since 2K11, so it's kind of boring to choose the same shoe brand over and over again. So it's kind of nice that they gave us a choice, and I decided to go with Nike because they have that new replay going on. I really like that, and once I get my dunk up, you better believe I will be posting those replays. And the last reason being is because I actually own Nike shoes in real life. Whenever I play basketball, I put them on, and they're quite comfortable. I really enjoy them, so I have no complaints, and that's why I preferred going with Nike over Jordan, because I've never had experience with Jordan, to be honest. And that's why I decided to go with Nike, as I get a nice blow by, will bind them and get an easy layup. So in today's episode, you could expect two games, and the first one is against Detroit Pistons, as you could see in front of your screen, and the second one is against the NBA champions Miami Heat, as they're going to be visiting us. So we're going to be playing at home both games, which is nice. So we got a couple of Eastern Conference matchups against Houston Rockets, as Will Bynum misses that shot, but look at Greg Monroe just welcomes Myck Kabongo to the league as he just dunks over him. That was nasty, but Myck Kabongo comes the other way with a nice bounce pass as he finds cutting Chandler Parsons for an easy layup. And we're up by 12 at this point as Corey Maggette gets the ball, drives to the rim. Nice defense from Patrick Patterson as we get the rebound. And in transition, I'm looking up and I see Kevin Martin cutting to the rim, and look at that beautiful bounce pass as he gets an easy layup, and the coach is absolutely loving me. But I do have a dimer trade at this point. I did purchase it. I did save up some VC points, and it's actually really helpful. As you will see, it does cut down my turnovers, and it did improve my passing accuracy, which is really nice. I really like the dimer trade. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the recent trade that happened in the NBA between Houston Rockets and Oklahoma City Thunder. As you guys know, James Harden was traded to Rockets for Jeremy Lamb, Kevin Martin, and two future first-round draft picks. And I think that's a brilliant trade for Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, they don't win the trade this year because James Harden is already such a good shooting guard, probably one of the best shooting guards in the league. And the fact that he goes to a team that needs him, needs a superstar like the Rockets, and I'm not saying James Harden is a superstar, but he definitely has the potential to be one. So I think right now at the moment, Rockets win the trade. But in terms of moving forward, I think OKC easily wins this trade. Even though they lost their sixth man of the year, James Harden, they still got some nice pieces in return. They got Kevin Martin, who's one of the best players in the league at getting to the free throw line and knocking them down, as well as he's a good scorer in general. So he's really nice option for OKC at this point. Now, he never been on a winning team in his career so far, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fits with OKC and if he's able to perform in the playoffs. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he performs. And then you have Jeremy Lamb. Now, he's nowhere near James Harden level at this point because he's only starting his career, but I think he could definitely develop into that six-man role for OKC and be that spark off the bench, kind of like what James Harden did. Maybe not to same degree at this point of his career, but I think he could develop into a nice piece for OKC, and he's still on the rookie salary, so he could stay there for 4 or 5 years, I believe. So it's really nice flexibility for OKC moving forward. Now, we must not forget about the first-round draft picks that they've acquired from this trade. And I believe one of the picks will be a lottery pick. If you take a look at Houston Rockets roster, they have core players of Jeremy Lin, James Harden, Amir Sheik, and Chandler Parsons. Now, I'm not quite sure that's the team that will be making to the playoffs every single year in the Western Conference, and that's a huge gamble for Houston Rockets, and they put a lot of pressure on their team. So if they don't make it to the playoffs, OKC easily gets a lottery pick, and they get a chance to draft in top 14, whatever the teams that don't make it to the playoffs, and they get a chance to draft and replace James Harden or maybe draft someone similar to Russell Westbrook or Serge Ibaka, depending on who's available at the draft. So it gives a nice flexibility for them because they get Jeremy Lamb on the rookie scale contract, as well as the future prospect that's going to be coming in the future. And also they'll have Kevin Martin, who's going to be expiring $10 million, and that gives a lot of flexibility moving forward and a lot of potential to sign other players. Maybe they'll sign Dwight Howard if he doesn't like the Lakers this year. So it's going to be very interesting to see how OKC plays this out, because now they have so much assets with their first round draft picks, with Jeremy Lamb and Kevin Martin, who's an expiring contract, I believe. So they have a lot of options to go into different directions. So it's going to be interesting to see. And look at this dunk. LeBron James just takes off and dunks over Amir Sheik. That was sick, wicked, and nasty. And I get a nice pick there as I pass it to Patrick Patterson, and he gets a bit of a revenge over LeBron James. But that was a nasty dunk. Go back and watch it if you want to. But right here we're approaching halftime, and coach is actually loving my gameplay as I get one more assist just before the halftime, and I will see you after this.
The Rockets playing with passion. They've struggled a bit in the early going this season, but appear to be in good shape for the second half. Money has been money through the first two. He's picked up half a dozen points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And for the Heat, it's a grinded-out effort. And defensively, they've done a good job grabbing rebounds, limiting second chances. And LeBron is absolutely dominating. After two, he's got 15 points and has been a huge factor on the glass. And now he sends you back to Houston for the start of the second half.
Now, unfortunately, I barely played in the second half, and I don't know, this has been happening a lot to me. I'm supposed to be averaging around 24 minutes a game behind Jeremy Lin, but he plays a lot more minutes, and I average about 12 to 14 minutes a game, which is disappointing, and I think it might be a glitch. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you guys could tell me. I'm not playing enough minutes, and it's really disappointing and frustrating at the same time. And I cannot help my team to win games, because when I was on the floor for a long time, we were beating Heat, but after that we lost to them, as you could see by the final stats. And at this point, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.
14 assists tonight. Even though you weren't able to come out with the win, you made your mark with a lot of crisp passing. What needs to change next time out in order for you guys to see a better result?
I was pretty happy with the way we were moving the ball on offense, so it's going to be more about focusing on other areas, like stepping it up on D. I also thought we could have done a better job on the glass. Coach has been pushing us to get the break moving a little more quickly too, so if we can make some improvements in transition, that'll go a long way. We definitely have some things to work on, but I think we're still in a pretty good place overall.